right, Yasmin, last year you ended up winning the doubles. So you come back this year. What was your expectation? Did you figure you had it in the bag?
Definitely not in the bag, but my partner and I had a lot of confidence coming into here, and we had, a fairly good fall. We won 2 doubles tournaments, so we were pretty confident.
So what was it that won it for you last year? I mean, what was the reason you were so confident?
Actually, that was the first time we ever played together in a tournament, so it was unexpected that we won, but we have a good combination. I mean, we both have good groundies, but Andrea's, groundies they're just amazing, and I can just cross and take it at the net. So we have we mesh well together. We have good chemistry. So
how important is that? I mean, obviously in doubles you rely on that, but when you first start playing together, do you know how that's going to turn out?
No, it's kind of just hope that partnership ends up clicking and we do well, and that's what happened.
And do you get along off the court also?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's
I feel like that should be important.
It is, yeah.
So let's talk about this tournament as a whole. I mean, what have your impressions been, and how do you feel like you've played so far?
Doubles, I feel really confident. Singles, I'm kind of struggling here and there, but it's early in the season, and our ultimate goal is to peak at NCAA's. But so just I want to come out here, play every match that I can, and work on little things.
So a lot of girls here are talking about the pro game and deciding to come to college. What's your college experience been like in tennis so far?
It's been great. I kind of I wasn't really pressured to make that decision. Like I knew pretty much that I'd come to college, and that was it. But I mean, so far it's been great. Going to UCLA, beautiful school, beautiful weather. Stella Sampras as the coach, and Pete has come by a couple of times. It's just has been awesome. And I mean, on top of that, I get great academics. So
talk about your relationship with your coach a little bit.
Stella's really awesome. She's pretty chill, and it kind of balances off with our assistant coach Grant. He's really outgoing and just out there. So it's good that we have 2 different people, so you can, depending on how you're feeling, if you need that really positive person, or the other just chill and it's okay, that kind of thing. So it's great to have both of them.
Now, in an individual sport like tennis, how important is it to have a good relationship with your coach?
It's very important. Yeah, I mean, just talking to some other girls, if they're not totally comfortable with their coaches, it really affects you. So it's nice to have people that you can really trust, and they they support you and want you to do well in tennis and school.
Now let's talk about tennis as a whole, because for a lot of people, they don't know much about it. They don't see it much on TV. What would you say is the current state of tennis right now?
I mean, I think, you mean college tennis or just tennis? I mean, I guess it just coming from UCLA, our stadium's pretty big. I don't know if you've been there, but it's huge, it's massive, and we don't really get that many fans to come and watch us, which kind of sucks, because we definitely like that energy. But I mean, during NCAA times, a lot of people come out to support and watch great tennis. So I mean, that's really encouraging. The people will come out. But I guess at UCLA, people are just so busy doing whatever that they don't come to watch us. So
well, they could be watching football now, because you're actually getting better at
that.
Yeah,
that's true.
So let's talk about what's going to take to get tennis a little bit more popular. I mean, in the United States right now, obviously, it's not one of the top sports, and it's very popular overseas. So what do you think it would take to kind of change that up here in the States?
Gosh, I'm not really sure. I mean, I guess, what is it, baseball and football, basketball, those are the ones that dominate. And I think for a while there with Pete Sampras and Agassi, Lindsay Davenport, those really top figures in tennis, tennis was really popular during that time. And now we don't have as many Americans, it's kind of faded out. I mean, Serena's obviously doing pretty well in Venus, but there really aren't as many top Americans as there were. So I feel like maybe that's a factor that keeps, Americans.
Well, what drew you to the sport?
I don't know. It was kind of random. My whole family was a soccer family, but my parents played tennis, just recreationally for fun. And I just picked up a racket when I was 8, started playing, and I loved it. I took to it really well. And around 12, I had to choose between soccer and tennis, because tournaments were on the same, always on the weekends. So chose tennis, and I'm glad I did.
Soccer is a lot of running.
It is. It is.
Tennis is not as much conditioning.
No,
so it's a good choice.
Yeah.
Well, what are your expectations for this season?
I want us to do as well as we can, but I'm hoping to take home another national championship. So that's
not a
goal.
bad goal to have. And you held on to Norm Chow, so it's good to be a Bruin these days.
Yeah.
All right, Yasmin, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
This is Fox College Sports.